action. Hello everyone. Today I'm going to make a cheesecake, and I won't say it's the easiest to make, but it's a lot of fun doing if you have someone that you're willing to bake with, or if you don't, then enjoy this video and give it a try and let me know how it goes. I absolutely love a cheesecake, so I hope you love this cheesecake because it turned out perfect.
Alright, here's a quick snippet of all the materials that you're going to need for this cheesecake. Looks like a lot, but really isn't, and goes by really quick for a delicious dessert. This is going to be a pretty large cheesecake, but first we're going to go ahead and get started with the crust. We're going to go ahead and take a box of graham crackers. I use the honey ones. You decide which one you want to use. And I added 5-8 tablespoons of melted butter, unsalted preferably, and 1/4 cup of sugar. People can use food processor for it. Mine wasn't working, so I used the old ziplock technique. Then you're going to take a springform pan and make sure that you just spray it with some butter spray, and you're going to go ahead and put your mixture of graham cracker, butter, and sugar in there and press it. I'm using a Coca-Cola cup. You can use anything with a flat surface to really push that into the springform pan. Then we're going to go ahead and bake it for 8 to 10 minutes in the oven at 350 Fahrenheit degrees. And yeah, no longer than 8 to 10 minutes, and it should just look like that golden color. I left it outside. Some people put it in the fridge. Now we're going to go ahead and take 4 packets of cream cheese and 1/3 cup of sugar. I know it seems like a lot, but trust me, you definitely need this much sugar to really give it that sweet flavor. Otherwise, cheesecakes tend to get a little bit tangy. So go ahead and mix those together, which is your 1/3 cup of sugar and 4 packets of 16-ounce cream cheese at room temperature. Then I'm adding 3/4 cup of sour cream, and this is really the secret ingredient here. I think it makes it really creamy and fluffy, so make sure you add that. And if you really don't want to use sour cream, feel free to use some Greek yogurt, but it makes it a little bit more tangy. And now I'm adding 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream, and then we're just going to go ahead and mix it all together. Really, this hand mixer is saving my life when it comes to baking these things. So make sure you're using a hand mixer or just a mixer. And then you want to make sure that you're using all-purpose flour, and this really helps the cheesecake or the mixture bind together. I am using 5 tablespoons. You can use 3 if you want, but this is, like I said, going to be a pretty good size of a cheesecake, so I wanted to make sure that it was pretty well binded together. And then once you've added those, then you can go ahead and add like 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract. I just used that much, I leveled it. But yeah, make sure you mix those all together. Make sure it's pretty well mixed together. Use a spatula to make sure that it's getting the bottom and everything else. And did you notice I got mixing bowls? Now, those are the hands of my brother, and he is cracking those eggs one at a time. So you're going to go ahead and crack 5 eggs in total, but don't do them all together. Just do one at a time to make sure that they really get mixed into the mixture. Oh, it looks like I took over. Oh, and there he goes again. One more. Here's the second egg. I just realized that he has a really nice watch band, and I totally intend on stealing it from him after this video. But there goes that third egg, and now the 4th one. Mix, mix, mix. And the last egg. Just make sure your mixture is really well mixed together. And now that should be the consistency that you should get. And we're gonna go ahead and put it into our already made graham cracker crust, and you're just gonna pour that all in. I did have some extra batter left, which I made mini cheesecakes out of, and I've gotten a chance to test this recipe a couple of times. I will say that if you use a water bath, it's the best technique to avoid any cracks on your cheesecake. Unfortunately, while I baked this one, I didn't use a water bath, but you're gonna go ahead and put this mixture into your oven for about an hour, and I did 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and you can leave it in there from 45 minutes to an hour. And it should look just like that. Now there was a little bit of a crack on my cheesecake, but I was able to actually cover that up with my decoration, which I was really excited about. And before you start decorating, definitely let the cheesecake cool for at least 30 to 35 minutes so it gets into that room temperature. Once you've let it cool and you've let it decorated, I was really excited to see how it looked, so I took that out pretty quickly. But you'd want to let it refrigerate overnight if you can. And thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and like.